What's going on, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about the 5 games that I'm looking forward to the most that are coming out in the rest of 2018. That's pretty much from August 1st all the way until the end of the year, because we have some fantastic releases that are coming up that I am very excited about. So I thought that I would take some time to explain why I am very excited about these 5 big titles. First off, we have We Happy Few coming out on the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, and the PC. We Happy Few is the tale of a plucky bunch of moderately terrible people trying to escape from a lifetime of cheerful denial. Set in a drug-filled retro-futuristic city in an alternative 1960s England, you'll have to blend in with its other inhabitants who have their own set of not-so-normal rules. One of the main reasons I am so excited about We Happy Few is the fact that it is such a dystopian kind of alternative reality, and I love that kind of setting. I love the idea of these people being influenced by this drug and by the government so heavily that they just ignore everything that is around them and the corruption that eats at their lives. But on top of that, I'm also interested to see how the gameplay actually goes. It looks like an incredibly interesting game, almost experimental in nature, and that's the kind of game that I'm really looking forward to, because right now we have such an inundation with Battle Royale and with first-person shooters and that kind of thing right now. I would love to see more development studios try something new and try something unique, and that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting from We Happy Few. Next up, we have Marvel's Spider-Man coming out on the PlayStation 4, one of the most anticipated games of the year by many, many people, including professionals in the industry, like myself. Just kidding, I'm not professional. After 8 years behind the mask, Peter Parker is a crime-fighting master. Feel the full power of a more experienced Spider-Man with improvisational combat, dynamic acrobatics, fluid urban traversal, and environmental interactions. A rookie no longer, this is the most masterful Spider-Man you have ever played. I am incredibly excited about Spider-Man because growing up, he was my favorite superhero, and he still is today. I know a ton of people love Batman, I know a ton of kids love Superman, all these other ones, but when it comes down to it, Spider-Man was my guy, especially Tobey Maguire. However, with this game, I'm looking forward to the customization as far as the suits go, because you can adorn so many different versions of the iconic Spider-Man outfit. But on top of that, I'm liking the idea of Insomniac changing the lore slightly of Spider-Man, because this is a brand new story. This is not something we've seen before. They have a couple of liberties here that Marvel has given them, so I'm excited to see their take on the Spider-Man universe, and it's not going to be your same kind of cookie cutter, this is based off of this movie or this is based off of this comic. It's literally a brand new kind of experience that does stick relatively close to the lore so as not to upset the mega fans. Next up, we've got Battlefield 5 coming out on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC. Enter mankind's greatest conflict with Battlefield 5 as the series goes back to its roots with a never-before-seen portrayal of World War II. Lead your squad to victory with new ways to turn the battle to your advantage. Assemble your company of customized soldiers, weapons, and vehicles, then take them on an epic journey through the tides of war. Experience the most intense, immersive Battlefield yet. You will never be the same. So the main reason that I'm really excited about Battlefield 5 is that the campaign covers the in-depth intricacies of World War II, the stories that might have been missed or fallen through the cracks over time. That is very interesting to me. But on top of that, it's also got a fully fleshed out multiplayer mode as to be expected in Battlefield, which the gameplay looks fantastic of what I've seen from the closed alpha. It looked beautiful. I watched tons of hours of streams because I love Battlefield. But on top of that, there's going to be a Battle Royale mode. I know that right now Battle Royale is a controversial subject because the hardcore gaming fans are getting kind of sick of hearing about it, to be quite honest with you. But on top of that, it just makes so much money and so many people are into Battle Royale that it makes sense to put one in. So I'm mainly interested to see how Battlefield manages to pull this off, because in my mind, Battlefield has always been a game that's centered around a giant swath of people, a giant team, a giant side of one battle going against another. It's never been about the one versus one kind of setup, so it will be very intriguing to me to see how they actually manage to pull this off, but I guarantee the team over at DICE will, and if that falls on its face, if the Battle Royale mode in Battlefield 5 does end up just sucking, then you've still got a campaign and a multiplayer mode that is totally worth checking out. Next up, we've got Red Dead Redemption 2 confirmed as of right now for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, but hopefully a PC release will come sometime in the future. It might be kind of like the way that Rockstar did Grand Theft Auto 5, where a PC version comes in the future. We'll see what happens, but I have my hunches that it will more than likely come down the pipe. America, 1899. The end of the Wild West era has begun as lawmen hunt down the last remaining outlaw gangs. Those who will not surrender or succumb are killed. After a robbery goes badly wrong in the western town of Blackwater, Arthur Morgan and the Vanderland gang are forced to flee. With federal agents and the best bounty hunters in the nation massing on their heels, the gang must rob, steal, and fight their way across the rugged heartland of America in order to survive. As deepening internal divisions threaten to tear the gang apart, Arthur must make a choice between his own ideals and loyalty to the gang who raised him. Now, for those that don't know, this is not what happens after Red Dead Redemption ends. This is actually a prequel to that game, so if you want to find out what happened before whenever John Marston was in the Vanderland gang, then you can get some context here. Now, you aren't playing as John in this game. Instead, you're going to be playing as Arthur Morgan, as the description does read, another member of the Vanderland gang who has his own set of internal struggles to deal with. If you want to know more about the lore behind Red Dead Redemption, then I would totally recommend checking out Red Dead Redemption 2. It's going to build on the gameplay mechanics that the first one laid down, and I'm very excited to see what that looks like. But overall, I feel like the Western genre in gaming is very much so unexplored. I feel like very few games actually try to accomplish anything there, which leaves it pretty much wide open. It's almost like the Wild West for game developers. And the final of my top 5 games for the rest of 2018, we have Fallout 76 coming out on the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, and the PC. Bethesda Game Studios, the award-winning creators of Skyrim and Fallout 4, welcome you to Fallout 76, the online prequel where every surviving human is a real person, work together or not to survive. Under the threat of nuclear annihilation, you'll experience the largest, most dynamic world ever created in the legendary Fallout universe. Reclamation Day 2102, 25 years after the bombs fall, you and your fellow Vault Dwellers, chosen from the nation's best and brightest, emerge into post-nuclear America. Play solo or join together as you explore, quest, build, and triumph against the wasteland's greatest threats. Anytime that I start talking about Fallout 76, I always strive to make it very clear that this is not Fallout 5. This is not a direct sequel to Fallout 4. This is literally the multiplayer version of Fallout 4. This was said in a no-clip documentary by Todd Howard. This is the multiplayer mode that didn't quite make it into Fallout 4. Of course, this is something fans have wanted for a very long time, and the idea that you can squad up and pretty much rebuild society in the world of Fallout is something that is very, very cool. But on top of that, I've also heard you can play it solo completely 100%, so if you want to jump in and do that and you're more of a solo kind of Fallout player, that's also an option as well. I won't dig into the lore with this video because mainly that's a video series in and of itself, and I'm not qualified to make that even if I tried, but I will say that this game is set closest to the time that the bombs fell, meaning the radioactivity is going to be much higher, meaning less animals have died off, so you're going to be seeing more and more interesting creations. This definitely opened up a big Pandora's box for the team at Bethesda Game Studios, so I'm very excited to see what the team comes up with, and hey, who doesn't love John Denver in West Virginia? And so those are the games that I'm looking forward to the most for fall/winter of 2018. Let me know what you think about my picks in the comment section down below, and then let me know what you think the top 5 games of the next 6 months or so are going to be. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions, and if you happen to be new to the channel, I do upload new stuff throughout the week, so there's always something new right here when you do stop by to watch some videos. But as for right now, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching this particular video. I will talk to you soon. Peace.